Hello everyone, and thank you for watching this video on understanding the Fair Labor Standards Act, home care rule, and what it means to Compass. My name is Zeb Gill. I provide administrative assistance to the Compass executive team. So the Fair Labor Standards Act home care rule can also be defined as the companionship exemption rule. And I want to define that for you. So there's always been a federal exemption for companionship care that Congress had written in. Third-party providers like Compass no longer get to use this federal exemption rule. It's been taken away. And therefore, we must now pay overtime wages for hours worked over 40 in a work week. Let me explain a little bit about how we got here. The federal government's Department of Labor changed the rules by rewriting the regulations that define companionship care and who can utilize its exemptions. Last year, on January 1st, this new overtime home care rule was supposed to begin, but was thrown out by a federal judge. Well, fast forward to August 21st, 2015, and the judgment that threw out the rule was appealed, and the throwout was, well, thrown out. So October 13th, 2015 became the new effective date. November 13th, 2015 became the date the Department of Labor's enforcement began. Now, what is Compass doing? Since companionship exemption can no longer be claimed by Compass, the Fair Labor Standards Act overtime rules apply. Overtime is now paid by Compass for all Compass hours above 40 hours in a work week, not 8 hours per day. We are doing things with the schedule to reduce overtime and to limit and control how much overtime Compass pays out. We've consulted with our attorneys, and this is how we understand proper ways to exclude hours from overtime calculations. The live-in exemption and 5 consecutive night sleep rule, which essentially states that for the same staff and the same client working 5 consecutive overnight sleep shifts in a row, those sleep hours can be considered exempt from weekly overtime calculations. Now, overtime wages are paid at 1.5 times a worker's rate of pay. Compass will be working to maintain a familiar staffing structure as much as possible. You've likely already seen some changes in your household team already. Please be advised that Compass and IHSS are not co-employers. This is a California state government stance, and Compass will continue to comply. Therefore, we have set some rules in place about how we operate. Client or conservator is the employer of their IHSS worker, not Compass. IHSS timesheets must be signed by a recipient. Compass will continue to support clients by helping recruit and train IHSS workers as needed. Let's talk about funding. All in all, we would like to see an increase in complete funding. There has been an amazing support advocacy this last year in support of a 10% across the board funding increase. One of the hashtags for this movement really was keep the promise. Thank you for being a part of that advocacy. We would really like to be made whole. The Brown administration specifically has been negligent in restoring funding to make us whole. Now, there has been a 5.82% funding increase specifically related to overtime. This was made effective December 1st, 2015. Compass has been paying since November 15th, 2015, and unfortunately funding is not retroactive, costing Compass $25,000. Far Northern Regional Center and San Andreas Regional Center have already applied the 5.82% overtime funding for each client's rate. And at the time of this recording, Regional Center of the East Bay has not been applied, but when it has, it will be retroactive. Again, to mitigate these overtime expenses, Compass is using the sleep rules and not being co-employers with IHSS. Minimum wage in California has recently changed from $9 to $10 an hour beginning on January 1st, 2016. Regional centers will likely not give us a $1 for $1 increase, and we typically see about 71 cents on the dollar. So our margins will be tighter, and we will be working to make sure that we restructure accordingly. I really do want to thank you for your time in watching this video and learning about the changes that have been happening. If you do have any questions, feel free to email me, and I will pass on your questions or comments to the appropriate regional manager. Thank you very much.